Hi guys. I've run over to where everyone's waiting. The rest of the members turn towards me as I address them as the coach.
あれ、ひなたくんだ。アスカちゃんも戻ってきた。あら、マサヤさん。真面目な顔をしてどうしたんですか？
Oh, he's being serious. He's not here to play around.
一見真面目な顔ですけど、照れを隠している雰囲気もありますね。
I mean, it's his first time being a coach.
照れか。きっと恥ずかしいことを言うつもりなんだろうね。言うつもりなんでしょうね。
Cut it out. やめてください。やめて。I walk past the two girls who are teasing me despite knowing exactly what I'm about to say. Then I position myself in front of Shion-san.
おお、ひなたか。いや、皆まで言うな。俺には全部わかっている。
No, you don't get how I feel. He moves up to me and nods deeply several times.
長い時を経て、ようやく俺の真心が通じた。そう理解していた。
So this happens right after the ending of episode 1, right, of this visual novel. So, alright. I don't think it's been that long. Don't forget that we need to talk.
するべきこと。謎解きか。つまり、ここで俺が気の利いたことを言って、君の心をわしづかみにすればいい。
No, it's not
そう
that.
いうことだな。
No. I want to say that you suck. As a coach. How do you come to that conclusion? No, you got it all wrong.
我ら生まれた日は違えども同日に死ぬことを願う。
Shawnee, you really should calm down. Look, there's no way I'm becoming your blood brother. Does this guy have a thing for action movies or what? I mean, he keeps taking everything I say as a challenge and not even wants to become blood brothers. Kyodai. I mean something completely different. Listen, I saw your plans for practice and trust me, it needs to change. Starting with weight training is a bad idea.
そうか。
Of course, atarimae da. Shion-san strikes a bodybuilder's pose in response to my words.
何はなくともまずは筋肉だろう。筋肉は無敵だ。最強だ。
That's you. That's only you. Don't force your biases onto everyone else. Sure, you need muscles to maintain a beautiful flying form. And yes, they help you gain more precise control over your body to increase your speed, but...
ほら、やはり筋肉が。
I say but. But! Tadashi! Exercises that improve reflexes and strengthen your core come first. Beginners have to start there.
そうなの？
Yes, you can't just start from the, the intermediate stuff and all. You have to start from the basics. Yes, really. Beginners need to start by learning to maintain proper form. Weight training can throw that off entirely. Misaki nimbly forces herself between me and Shion-san.
マサヤって FC に詳しいんだね。部長の指導が悪いってことをわざわざ忠告しに来てくれたの？
You can say that. Misaki places her hand over her mouth and grins like the wicked witch of the west. I'm not familiar with this wicked witch of the west. Yeah, so I should Google it, right? Yeah. Let me just quickly Google what is this reference to the wicked witch of the west. Unless it's something that's a reference to Japan rather than Western culture, but yeah, let me just quickly search it. Oh, right. The Wicked Witch of the West is that witch from the Wizard of Oz. Right. I do know about Wizard of Oz, but I kind of know the particular characters, but I didn't really know their names. Yeah. Right, so I only know Oz, like the Wizard of Oz. Yes. Yeah, but frankly speaking, I didn't watch the Wizard of Oz. I do know about it. Yes, I've heard of it, but I didn't, and I kind of remember the faces of the characters. in the Wizard of Oz, like there's that robot, that tin robot, yeah, that tin material, tin plated robot or something like that, yeah, with the long nose, that one, and then there's the witch, and then of course the main character, and then I think there's one more I can't remember. But okay, so the Wicked Witch of the West is that witch from the Wizard of Oz. Okay.
きっとそれだけじゃないんじゃないかと私は思いますよ。
Damn it. Damn you, Arisaka, you sure know how to corner someone.
ひなたさん、ほら、言いましょう。
Alright. Rashina-san's face closes in on me. I just come on, Masaya, you are in this already. You gotta go on, you know. You cannot just, you know, half-hearted. Yeah, be half-hearted and then not be honest.
入部届の用紙なら持ってるけど。
Ah, well.
ああ、もうダメ。まどかったら単刀直入に言っちゃうんだから。もっとマサヤをからかって遊べる場面なのに。そうですよ。もっとこうじわじわとツンデレなとここちょこちょできる場面ですよ。
Just taking a good look at these two in their flying circus outfit. Yeah, I mean we can see that Misaki has very nice boobies. Mashiro also has some nice, well, they're smaller obviously, but still pretty good.
私そういうのって恥ずかしくて背中がムズムズしちゃうんだよね。
Thanks for the save. 助かりました。
ツンデレなんですか？
No way, まさか。そんなわけないだろう。
何が違うんですか？
それは違う。I think, yeah, that's actually what you said. How am I supposed to do that?
じゃあどうなんですか？
Why are you getting closer and closer to me, Mashiro? Oh, come on.
わーい、マサヤも入部だ。これで部員は5人ってことですね。
Yes.
あ、それって自動的に部に昇格ってことだよね。
Yeah, so this happens right after it follows up right after the events of episode 1, like after Masaya decides to come to join the rest here. Yeah, this follows right after.
言われてみれば。なんてことだ。俺の熱き心がみんなの FC 魂に火をつけた。そういうことだな、君。
I seriously can't wait to watch the anime though. You know, right after I finish playing through the visual novel, I don't know how long I'll take to finish this visual novel. Probably a year later or so, because it's going to be quite a long visual novel, right? But I can't wait to see the anime version once I finish this whole visual novel. See how Shion actually, you know, I can definitely picture in my mind how he's like in anime form, right? So he's really an emotional guy. Yeah, you can tell. No na. Okay, that definitely doesn't sound like him saying, right, I did, you know, he definitely didn't say that. He's just like crying in joy. Hey, get your face away from me!
ごめんね、兄ちゃんはすぐに感極まる人だから。
Yeah, I can definitely tell.
マサヤが入部。
Why are you running around me? Stop!
入部。
Are they really seriously running around him? Oh my god. I think this, if this is not in the anime, wow, because this is a priceless moment, right? Yeah, I definitely love to see this in animated, as when I get to watch the anime, yeah. Don't just join her!
入部。
Even Asuka. You too? Why Mocha? Kurashina-san circles around me like the other two for a while, but then Asuka is in serious mode now. Prashina-san stops in her tracks and gets serious.
もう行っちゃいましょうよ、ひなたさん。
Alright. He hasn't told the rest that he's going to be the coach. Okay. Overwhelmed by Prashina-san's serious attitude, I inadvertently ended up nodding. When she looks at me with those other sides of hers, it's hard to say no. Actually, maybe it's more accurate to say they forced a yes out of me. I imagine she will earn a fortune as a saleswoman. So task begins, episode 2, Circus in the Sky. Oh wow, okay, before I read this, oh wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting the girls to actually be wearing bloomers. Wow. And these bloomers are really short. They are really short, wow. I totally wasn't expecting the bloomers to be this short. I was expecting them to be wearing shorts, yes. But I wasn't expecting them to be wearing bloomers and this short too. So short bloomers. But wow, classic. I love it. This is the whole family of the FC, yeah. Especially with the Misaki, Miyashiro, and Asuka wearing bloomers, short bloomers. Oh, awesome. Okay, fine. Anyway, okay, let me properly introduce myself. The name's Masaya Hinata. Starting today, I'll be a part of the FC club. Here's the fun years together. Not gonna say that you're gonna be the coach. I say then give a quick bow. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Prashina-san bounces up and down like a rabbit. Right. Misaki on the other hand drops the shoulders exhaustedly.
最初から素直にムーブするって言えばいいのに。ひなた先輩って恥ずかしがり屋さんなんですか？
No, we all know that he's been struggling with his inner demons, right? Of FC, so yeah. Go on, I'm not done.
はい。まさかここで入部撤回とかないよね。
No, I'm not done yet. I'll join, but not as a Skywalker.
選手をしない？では何をするんです？私と一緒にマネージャー？
Close, but not quite there. No point in having 2 managers with only 5 members. I've decided to be your coach. I turn to face Sean-san. Well, with your permission, Tess. This may sound a bit rude, but I think I'm a better fit for the job than you. Yes.
どうしてもというならコーチでも構わないが、コーチ兼任選手じゃダメなのか？
Not yet, anyway. I form a grim expression, tensing up my brows and fixate my eyes on Sean-san before responding. I don't want to be a player. He nods, apparently approving of my decision. As I thought, he's the kind of person who you can get through with a show of determination. But eventually he'll be a player, yeah, for sure. Where he just needs to. Well, this is a start, you know, the fact that he's become a coach. For now, this is the start of his journey to overcoming his trauma, of the trauma that he suffered when he was a child, right, playing FC, yeah, so.
でもさ、そもそもマサヤにコーチができるの？できますよ。私、ひなたさんに FC について教えてもらいました。それで未経験なのに1ポイント取れたんです。
He definitely helped her to coach, but actually it was a miracle that she managed to score a point. It was that amazing kick. I don't know what kick is called again, forgot, but yeah, and she just put it out of nowhere.
コーチということは全員のセコンドもするということだな。
Everyone second.
部長、質問です。
おう、なんだ。
セコンドってのは何ですか？ショートと連携して内野の要になる係ですか？
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Is it like referring to a similar term that's in baseball? You know, baseball. I know I've heard of something called a second. Yeah.
むしろなんで野球のセカンドについてそんなに詳
Yeah.
しいの？
See how I know? Okay, because I've heard this term, this second thing, in baseball quite often. Yeah. So.
実況パワードリフトプロ野球で覚えました。
Wait, why is there MLB the movie? Seriously, there's a Major League Baseball the movie? You know what? Allow me to explain. I take over for press. Okay. A second relays instructions to a Skywalker during matches. Ah. So the second is like basically like a coach, but it's like the one giving instructions, right? But that's what a coach does, right? So yeah. So it's kind of similar here. Normal sports have level playing fields, but FC makes use of a 3-dimensional space. That means an opponent can be anywhere around you. Oh yeah. I mean like normal sports like soccer, basketball, this volleyball, this kind of sports is like one team and one team, or yeah, you know, one team and one team. Yeah, one team versus one team, so it's a level playing field, like one team on one side, the other team on the other side, right? You can't have the other team going to the other side, right? Yeah, right. You can't have one team going to the other side. Yeah, it's one team on one side and another team on another side. Even in football, I mean the players, like the strikers will, like football or soccer, strikers will go to the opposite field, but generally the team sticks together, right? Yeah, but in FC it's like you can be anywhere. Yeah, so yeah, it's like because in football, in soccer or basketball, you score on the opposite opponent's side, right? Yeah, but in FC you score on any side, on either side, depending on the beacon or what is that called? I can't remember. Or the boy, right? The boy, yeah. You touch the boy to score, and the boy can be any boy. It's not the opponent's boy or something like that, right? So. Yeah, like up and to the right, as you see in this picture right here. Oh, as in up to and to the right is the instruction. Due to that fact, players often lose sight of their opponent. Yeah, here the opponent can be anywhere. The most basic function of the second is to help track their partner's opponent. There were no seconds when FC was first invented, which led to matches turning completely one-sided after players lost sight of their opponent. In order to combat that issue, a supporting role was added to the sport. Anyway, back to the original question. Yeah, I'm planning on being both a coach and a second. Alright.
日向先輩がコーチでセコンドですか？
But it makes sense, you know, like a coach. Like a second can be the coach, you know? Because the second is the one, in this case, the one that gives instructions, right? It's sort of like the captain, so to speak. Yeah. Except this captain, so-called captain, doesn't play, right? So yeah. I'm not telling you to suddenly trust me. Honestly, you'll probably have a steep learning curve, but I want to give it my best shot.
いえいえ、反対だって言いたいわけじゃなくて、似合ってるなと思っただけですよ。
Alright.
さあさあ、マサヤはそういうの好きそうだし、困ってる人を放っておけないタイプというか。
You couldn't be more off the mark.
でもどうしてそんなに選手をしたくないんですか？
They don't know.
そんな風に黙らないでくださいよ。聞いちゃいけないことでしたか？もしそうならごめんなさい。
Arisaka bows her head apologetically. No, it's not like that. I tried to ease her mind.
怪我でもしたの？選手生命が絶たれる的な？
No, it's not. Well, it is an injury, but it's not a physical injury, it's an emotional injury, yeah. Like in every other sport, injuries often force people out of FC. However, that's not the reason in my opinion. No, it's just way back in the day, I realized my limits as a player. That's all.
日向さん。
Rashina-san quietly mumbles.
マサヤがそれだけのことって言うならそれだけのことなんでしょ。マサヤがコーチに賛成。部長の指導に従ってたら全身が筋肉でバキバキになっちゃいそうだしね。
Yes, we're supposed to be flying fairies, not hulking monsters, yeah? Not monsters flying in the sky. We don't want to be... what? The dinosaurs, huh? Those kind of... we don't want to be aerodactyls. Yeah, I forgot what's the actual term you call for that kind of pterodactyl or something. Those dinosaurs flying in the sky.
私だってもちろん大賛成です。私も。
では日向雅也君、コーチ兼セコンドとしてよろしく頼む。
Arigato. Yoroshiku. Thank you.
楽しくなりそうですね。
It's going to be fun, yes, but there will be ups and downs for sure. Yeah.
でもマサヤがサディスティックな鬼コーチだったらどうしよう。うわ、ちょっとありそうで怖いです。
Don't worry, there's no chance of that happening.
私はそういうのもいいと思います。
Asuka, please.
おお、アスカからの大胆な告白だ。ちょっと叩かれるくらいなら我慢します。
What do you mean you can deal with a few slaps here and there? No. I'm not gonna slap you. That's bad. That's never happening.
ビシバシよろしくお願いします。コーチ。
Look, why don't you try actually listening? Whatever. Anyway, as your second, I'll be using your first names from now on. Oh. I guess it makes sense because he wants to be on better terms with everyone, so friendly terms. Yeah, on good terms, you know.
どうしてです？
Last names have a distant feel to them, right? That can get in the way during matches. Makes sense. Of course, this doesn't affect Westerners because first names, last names don't really matter much. Well, but no, actually it does matter to some extent. Like I mean, if you usually when you are talking to someone you are not familiar with, like maybe in business context, you address that person as Mr. Smith or what, Mr. Yeah, right, Mr. Smith or what, yeah, right. But if you're like close to that person, you call him by his given name, right? Yeah, so it's the same concept here. FC is a sport that demands concentration, so a sense of familiarity between a Skywalker and their second house. In other words, the mental state of players often determines the outcome of a match. But of course, going back to the first name and last name thingy, the first name and last name thingy is more significant in Japan than in other parts of the world. Yeah, like if you actually call someone by their given name, if you call a Japanese by their given names in Japan, it actually has a much more significant meaning than in other parts of the world. Other parts of the world, if you call someone by their given names, it's just, oh, you're on good terms, friendly terms, but it doesn't have as much of an impact, right, as in Japan. Japan, if you call someone by a given name, it means you are like really very close, very intimate, that sort of thing. Yeah. So that shows that you really bond very, very close to this person.
じゃあ、日向さんは私のことアスカって呼ぶんですか？
Yes. Right. You can use my first name too, Masaya.
はい。わかりました。
Yes, call me Masaya.
下の名前って私たちは今まで通りってことじゃない。それもつまんないな。
Oh yeah, I mean...
ミサニャンって呼んでもいいよ。マサニャン。
Oh my god. Oh my god. Masamiao. Yeah, I mean, he has been calling her by her given name Misaki. Yeah, because they've been quite close since last year. You stop it.
マシロニャン。マシニャン。どうしましょう。どっちも語呂が悪いです。
Hey, I think Mashimiao sounds good though. Mashiro Miao, no. Yeah. Mashiro Meow sounds awful, but Mashi Meow sounds okay.
シロニャンでいいんじゃない？
What? Myoshiro sounds worse. Meowshiro sounds worse. No, I prefer the Mashi Meow. Mashi Meow sounds a lot better. No, seriously.
それです。
Meowshiro, oh my god. No, Meowshiro is bad. No, you're not. I'm gonna use your normal names. Let's keep things simple.
ということは俺のことはシオンと。
What about the manager then? Are you gonna call the manager by given name too? No, I'm gonna go with Pes. Why? He's my senior, so I would feel weird calling him Sean. Oh, okay. It might actually make our relationship more awkward instead of improving it. Okay. そういうわけで、with that out of the way, it's time to get practice started.
頑張ります。楽しくやろうよ。やりましょう。
他校にいないもの扱いされ続けてきた屈辱を晴らす時が来た。
Oh my god.
上腕二頭筋および三頭筋がピリピリとうずくと今すぐにでも走り出したい。
I think Sean is the kind of guy who definitely likes to go to the gym. I can definitely see that. We're the Kunahama Academy FC club, so at least make that line. Anyway, now that we're an official club,
はあ、今日はもう何かを成し遂げたって気分だね。お祝いに何か食べに行かないと。
we haven't accomplished anything yet though, Misaki.
はい、甘いものがいいと思います。確かに。でも甘いものの前にしょっぱいものも食べたいな。ポテトを食べてからアイスを食べるとより甘さが引き立つし、雑煮の後にお汁粉を食べるのもいいよね。
I've never tried eating chips first before ice cream, so I've never had rice cake soup before. I've had red bean soup, but rice cake soup? I've never had rice cake soup before. I don't know, but it seems like because she's talking about saltiness before sweetness, right? So rice cake soup, I guess it tastes salty.
さすが美咲先輩、いいこと言います。賛成です。
No, Yaren. Celebrating comes later. First, we need to have an open, honest discussion to help me develop a workout routine for each of you.
マサヤは真面目なんだからな。
Well, we need to not just play hard, but also work hard.
真面目、いいと思います。私、FC を真面目にやってみたいです。おお、やる気だね。張り切っちゃって初々しいね。
This is our first practice session, so why not follow her example? Tell me, does everyone other than Pes have any experience? Most likely not.
私はありません。見たことはありますけど。
Well, that doesn't really count.
私は1回だけです。はーい、私やったことあるよ。
What kind of experience? Really?
こっちに引っ越してくる前にちょっとね。
Oh, you did try a little. When?
美咲先輩、スポーツなら何でもできますから期待していいと思いますよ。期待の新戦力です。
I'm glad to see that yeah, I mean, Mashiro envies Misaki a lot, right? So it's like, yeah. But I'm not sure if she's just saying this to, compliment Mashiro or what. But we can definitely, I mean to compliment Misaki or what. But we can definitely see that Mashiro has utmost respect for Misaki. Like she's like the disciple, her disciple or what, Like Misaki really can do anything. She's the kind of person who's good at everything without putting in any effort. I'm real jealous. Oh, so even Masaya has vouched for it. Okay? What was your style?
どのタイプでもやってたし、どれでもできると思うけど。
So you don't have a distinct style. Actually, I'm still want to learn more about this FC sport because the thing is we've only seen one match, right? But I don't really know the exact kind of tactics yet. Like what kind of like specifically what kind of tactics you employ in FC, and what kind of like playing style do you employ? You know, like in most sports, right? Soccer, for example, you have like different tactics, different formations, right? Then like whether you want to go offensive or you want to go defensive, right? Or you want to like play possession, right? Possession-based football, or you want to like press. Everyone tries to pressure the opponent, you know, all these sorts of tactics. So I'm curious about the kinds of tactics there are in FC. Yeah, I'm really excited to find out what kind of tactics there are in FC. I'm sure there's like things like being very aggressive or being like, you know, defensive and all that. Yeah, but FC is the kind of sport that it's a team sport, but it's not like, it's more of like a sport like table tennis, for example. Like a kind of team table tennis sport where like you have like, okay, like matches, right? Like the first match is, okay, you have this player versus this player, and then the second match is a doubles match, yeah, that sort of thing. So FC is in a way similar to that kind of format, to table tennis, that kind of format. Yeah, so I wonder, now I'm really curious what kind of tactics are going to be in FC. Don't act like that isn't impressive.
だってできるんだからしょうがないもん。
Okay, let me change the question. Which style do you prefer?
プレイするならファイターがいいかな。逃げ回るよりバチバチやるのが好きだからさ。
So she likes to be on the offensive, okay? And you're a speeder, right? Press, speeder, huh? So more focused on speed. Press strikes the bodybuilder pose as he hears my words.
当然生粋のスピーダーだ。スピードを追い求めるのが男の生き様。俺が求めるのは得点ではなくスピード。
That's not the right mindset though, Sean. Yeah, you really should be going after points. If speed's all you want, shouldn't you move to a different sport? Like running. The most basic one. I mean, he wants to fly, like be very fast, right, with his body, right? Then there's no other better sport than basically at running. Right, 100-meter sprint, you know, that's the best kind of sport to be fast at. Yeah.
勝ち負けよりもはるか高きにあるバニッシングポイント。つまり消失線を目指して高速で飛び続けるのが男のロマン。
What is vanishing point though? Like I said, shouldn't you go with a different sport? I guess FC is the only popular sport that uses craft shoes. Short and long distance race do exist, but they're not really a big thing. I mean, long distance race is not really, you don't really talk about speed when it comes to long distance racing. Because long distance racing is more about stamina and endurance rather than speed. So yes, long distance race is not really, you shouldn't be talking about long distance racing here. Short distance racing, then yes. Short distance racing is more about the speed, but long distance racing is more about the stamina and endurance. Marathons that, for instance, involve things like flying across the whole American continent also get some viewership, but I'm not sure that's really a sport. Marathons are totally a sport, in my opinion. They are totally a sport because it still involves running. It's still a sport. I don't know why you don't call it a sport. It is still a sport. Yeah, you know. Oh wait, unless you're talking about flying marathons, but that's still considered a sport, right? Yeah. There is a sport called Superfly though. It's an extreme race where you have to keep flying straight for at least 100 miles, but that isn't really a thing in Japan. Keep flying straight for at least 100 miles. Wait, 100 miles? 100 miles is definitely not 100 meters, but it's close. I think it's like... No, wait, what am I saying? No, 100 miles is more in the kilometer range. That's like really long. Okay, never mind. Asuka's hand shoots up.
はいコーチ、質問です。ファイターとスピーダーって何ですか？
We're learning new things now. Well, speeder, as the name suggests, is more on the speed side. Going fast to touch the boys. Right? Or even, yeah, I think more focused on the boys. Whereas fighter is more on the aggressive side, so try more focus on touching the opponent's back. Those are FC playstyles. There are 3 in total: fighter, all-rounder, and speeder. All-rounder, I guess, is a mix of fighter and speeder, right? Yeah.
タイプですか。
Yeah, every sport has a playstyle. Let's start with fighter. Fighters try to score points by attacking their opponent's directly. Yeah, so touching the opponent's back. Then speeders are those who aim mainly for the boys, right? And then finally, all-rounders is a mix of both.
得点って背中をポンとタッチすることですよね。
Right, one touch is 1 point. Speeders are the opposite. They avoid their opponents and score points by racing between the 4 boys. So we have Misaki touching Sean's back. Gotcha! Kinniku! Master's back touch. But it's funny that Sean likes speed when he's all about the masters, right? You would think that someone who is all about the masters would like the fighter role more than the speeder role, but apparently not. Because like fighter is more on the aggressive side, right? Yeah.
V って空中に浮いているのですよね。
Asuka looks up at the practice boys that are floating over the water beyond the school's fence. Yeah, that's right. They use anti-gravity to float. If you touch a boy ahead of your opponent, you get 1 point. So 1 point for touching an opponent's back and 1 point for touching a boy. I thought like touching an opponent's back would give you more points, but apparently not. But I guess it also makes sense because if touching an opponent's back nets you more points, I think that's kind of unfair, right?
つまり相手の背中と V に触れることで点数が入るんですね。
Exactly. By the way, an all-rounder goes for both, like the name implies. Yeah, so it's a mix of both, but I wonder who is going to be the all-rounder. Maybe Mashiro? Yeah, and I mean, since Sean likes to be the speeder, and Misaki prefers the fighter role, then I guess Mashiro is going to be the all-rounder. Hey, wait, then what about... I forgot Asuka. What about Asuka? Yeah, but I foresee Mashiro being the all-rounder. But what about Asuka? Is she going to be the all-rounder? Probably. Yeah. But all-rounder is basically a mix of both. But all-rounder, I would say, is not an easy role, right? Because all-rounder has to like juggle between both touching the boys and touching the opponent's back. Which means, like, in other words, all-rounder actually has to be good in both roles, both the fighter and the speeder roles, because the all-rounder will be involved in both of them. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. So an all-rounder is actually the hardest role to be in.
私はどのタイプでしょうか。
Hard to say though. You've got to find that out on your own. We'll start you off as an all-rounder, since they'll let you get a feel for both. But before that, you need to learn the rules.
ルールですか。
But I mean, she did manage to score a point that in that previous match by touching Satoin's back, right? So I would guess, but I think the all-rounder role actually fits Asuka better. Although in that previous match, she had no chance of touching the boy, so her only chance of scoring is to touch, Satoin's back, and she did just that. And with that amazing kick technique, right, or something like that. And I think maybe she's more suited to the role of fighter, judging from that one match. But I think all-rounder will be perfect for her. Before we go into too much detail, I'll have Press and Misaki face off in a practice match. I'll explain more as we watch them. So yeah, Press being the speeder and Misaki being the fighter. As for FC Shoes...
さっき部の備品を見てきたんだ。一応卒業していった先輩が残していったのがそこの段ボール箱に何足か入ってるよ。
But the problem is, do they fit? Yeah. I look inside the cardboard box. Are Doka points too? These are pretty old. I assume you've got your own pair, right? Yeah?
Oh, バリバリきつめにスピーダー調整してあるインベイドのバルムンクだ。
Oh, speeder tuning. Wow, impressive. Oh, we have an advertisement right now. So, advertisement for this episode of for this video. Yes, let me present to you this amazing Balmain shoes by this company called Invade. Yeah, very beautiful, right? I mean, not beautiful, but it's very high tech. You see, whoa, it's kind of high tech robotic, robot shoes with that shine, that turquoise light. Oh, those wings, they look so futuristic and scientific, so high tech. Oh yeah. If you like this kind of color scheme, buy them. Yeah, they're yours. Buy these shoes and you get another one free, another pair free. Invade is an American graph shoe brand, I see. Because you also noticed earlier that the shirt that Sean is wearing, right? It also has that Invade logo on it. So interesting, yeah. So that's actually not the school's, the school FC's logo, but the company's logo, American graph shoe brand logo. They also make civilian graph shoes, but I found that's not their specialty. Balmains in particular are really fine-tuned for speeders. They can be used for any other playstyles. I see. So I'm guessing there are also shoes that are tuned for fighters and all-rounders. We have Balmains with a heavy speeder tuning tacked on. Can you actually turn in those? Sure, I imagine that makes it very fast, but doesn't it also make flexible movement possible?
そのための筋肉だ。
I see. Seems this guy has a pretty unique playstyle. It's clearly not meant to coach others. Yeah, his playstyle is definitely unique and peculiar. It's like he only caters to him. Like you said, flexible movement not possible if it's like very fast, but that's why the muscles come into play. Use his muscles to control his speed. Misaki, what's your shoe size?
24だよ。
Okay, in Japanese, she said 24. So 24 is 24. That's the UK size. Yeah, here, because they're translating for the American audience mainly, right? So I know that US sizes is more in the single digit, like more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to like 10, 11, right? In UK size, they don't use that kind of range. UK size, they use more of like 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus, that sort of, 20 plus, that sort of size. Yeah, so what she mentioned, 24 is 24. So that's the UK size, yeah, which is equivalent to a 6 US size. Let's see. There's nothing in that size here.
いいよいいよ。模擬試合でしょ。それなら普通の靴で OK でしょ。
I guess we'll buy the graph shoes for you later. I guess that's true. You can grab some funds from Miss Kagami and go buy FC shoes for everyone tomorrow.
部費が出るんだ。
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to be an official club, right? I mean, we are an actual club right now, so yeah. Miss Kagami has ulterior motives that are banking on this. So I'm sure she'll gather the funds we need for shoes. Can you two get started now?
よっしゃ、任せとけ。
よーし、やるぞー。頑張れ、美咲先輩。
Oh yeah, of course, Mashiro's full-fledged supporter of Misaki.
声援に応えちゃおうかな。
Yeah, Mashiro is your big fan. Why? What's wrong, Sean?
捨てられた子犬みたいな顔で私を見ても応援しないよ。
なんでだ。
兄を応援する妹なんて気持ち悪いよ。
That's just cross.
気持ち悪くない。よけ。兄を思う妹の心というのは決して気持ち悪いものではないんだぞ。
Yeah, I mean, these two really have like contradicting personalities. I remember Yeah, Madoka's mentioning that. They really have conflicting personalities. Like their personalities are like not the same at all.
そういう言い方が気持ち悪いの。もうしょうがないな。はいはい、頑張ってね、お兄ちゃん。
あー、頑張ってね、お兄ちゃん。
よーし、兄の威厳と部長の尊厳をかけてやったぜ。
私の愛を受け取った美咲先輩が負けるわけありません。愛まで受け取った覚えはないけどな。でも勝つぞ。
Look, winning doesn't matter here. I'm trying to use you two to help explain the rules, remember? Need an example of a speeder winning first, so go do that.
つまり、私がわざと負ければいいわけ？
Yeah, but really sell the laws. Or sync up all of our headsets to make it easier. Just follow my instructions, okay?
了解と。
Misaki stretches her back like a cat that just got up as she says that.
じゃ、部長、始めましょうか。
よし、やるか。
Wes raises his heels to prepare himself for the match.
気合だ、気合だ、気合だ。
Really, he's a really emotional guy, yeah. Then he activates his grab shoes. So that's an interesting activation key. Wait, he actually has to say speed to activate his grab shoes? Shit.
恥ずかしい、恥ずかしい、恥ずかしい。じゃあ私も飛ぶにゃん。
Tobunyan. What? Misaki says the activation key which turns on the grab shoes. Tobunyan? Yours is just plain silly.
可愛い方がいいじゃない？そうですよ。可愛いは正義という名言だってあるんですから。
I won't deny that. Cuteness is justice. There's also something called black is justice. Oh, never mind. Sounds more cringy and cute to me.
はい、質問です。部長のブラシのかかとから出ている綺麗なのは何ですか？
I mean, those are activation keys. Like you can set. I'm pretty sure it's something like you can set on your grab shoes so that like if you want to activate your shoes, you say those magic words. Oh, the light you mean? Oh, right. You're talking about the light, right? Those are just like trails. Those are contrails.
何ですか？
Okay, Asuka didn't actually say like the white streak stained sleeve. Nope. Asuka just simply said, what contrails? That's it. I don't know why the translator put something else here. What was the translator thinking here? It's a feature of FC grab shoes. I'm not gonna say it right because it doesn't match up. When you force a small fraction of anti-gravitons into contact with air at particular intervals, you get an effect similar to light hitting a prism. In other words, light refracts, disperses, and reflects. The contrails used in FC are a product of this phenomenon. Yeah, I mean, this basically trails, light trails that are left behind.
でも普段履いているものでは出ない光がどうして競技用だと出るんですか？
Oni is also not a word that's supposed to use. I guess the translator used oni because it's a reference to chain. Yeah. Like the streaks there, but no. A reasonable question. Good question. Flying Circus takes place way up in the sky, which means the audience down on the ground needs an easy way to locate players. Ah, that makes sense. So it look easy to locate players by the color of the contrails, right? The unique. Everyone has their own unique contrails, right? So yeah.
なるほど。確かに見やすいですし、かっこいいですもんね。
And it also allows players to identify their opponent easily too, right? Yeah. You can turn on contrails on normal grab shoes, but there's no real point. Alright, did everyone get into position at first?
はーい。
Misaki and Pez fly over the fence. Nice looking fence. There's a steep cliff a couple meters beyond it, and then the ocean. You know, I'm suddenly thinking of wanting to play a video game based on this FC. I'm pretty sure there is, right? There is a video game that's based on this FC thingy, right? If I just Google it, I'm sure there is. Yeah. I don't mind actually looking for this game and then playing it, you know, video game. Looks so cool. And just looking at this fence here. FC takes place in the sky, which means you can do it anywhere. Chito City is surrounded by the ocean, so that became the natural playing ground in our area, above the sea, huh? Plus, it's also technically safer when there's water beneath you instead of solid ground. That makes sense here. So modern grav shoes have tons of fail-safes that make getting injured from a fall impossible. It's like in baseball, you know, first base, yeah, you know, yeah, first base, second base, third base, fourth base, yeah. In baseball, you also talk about bases, right? And bases also have like first base, second base, third base, fourth base. You know, that makes me think that I think FC is kind of like the author who came up with this FC sport, right? This fictional FC sport must have been inspired by baseball, 100%. Right? Yeah. The first boy. See those four in the sky? Starting clockwise from first is second, then third, then fourth. Simple, right? Clockwise. Alright. The line that connects first and second is called the first line. It's followed by the second, third, and fourth lines. The square that these four lines form is called the field. We're learning. We're learning. Actually, what happens if the player goes out of the field? If a player goes out of the field, is he or she like considered out or what? I don't know. Or maybe still okay. I mean, it's just a field, right? It's just like, you know, a soccer field or basketball field. Like, even the player goes out of field, it's still okay, right? Well, in the case of soccer and basketball, the ball cannot be out of the field, yeah, right? But this FC, there's no ball, so exactly. I'm sure you already understand, but FC is a sport where you have to follow those lines and fly around the square. Yeah, so it's basically like baseball, except that in baseball, you go anti-clockwise. You don't go clockwise. Yeah, yes. In baseball, you go anti-clockwise. That's the big difference. Yeah. At that point, you hit back to first. You keep flying round and round until time runs out. Depending on how a match is going, you can also choose to stop or move back and forth on a line, but you can't ever move back a line. Ah, wait, you can also choose to stop or move back and forth on the line. So like here and there, but you can't ever move back a line. So if you move back a line, that means you're disqualified or something. Oh yeah, of course. Oh, of course, you cannot like skip lines. Bingo. I look up. Confirm Misaki and Pez have positioned themselves at first and speak through the headset. Start on my signal. And remember, show us how a speeder wins a match first. Alright, here we go. Shoo!
Okay.
It's time. Jikanda. Say no. Go! Ready, set, go! Oh, Pez leans his body forward and flies off to the second, riding along the first line. You aren't allowed to touch your opponent until someone reaches second, making it a pure contest of speed. The one who touches second first scores 1 point. Ooh, interesting. So at the start of the match, basically, touching someone else is not allowed. Yeah, at the start. I guess it makes sense considering that you want to start off with a contest of speed first before the touching the bag then happens. Yeah, actually it also makes sense that touching someone else is not allowed at the start, because it's like if touching someone else at the start is allowed, but the thing is that both players start at the same base first, right? Right? Yeah, like at the first boy first. At the first boy, right? They all start at the first boy, right? So like if touching is allowed at the start, then I can just touch you right at the start. Then what? then you'll just be like stuck at the first boy like that. Then like that it's like no flow, right? Yeah, so that's why touching not allowed makes a lot of sense right there.
どうしてタッチ禁止なんですか？
Fighters have explosive starts and worse acceleration. On the other hand, speeders start off slow but accelerate quickly. Oh, okay, interesting. Fighters, they start off very fast. Since both start at flying at the exact same time, a fighter can easily stop a speeder early and make the match one-sided. Yeah, precisely like I said, right? Because both start flying at the exact same time, so both at the exact starting position, you know. So if touching is allowed at the start, then the fighter can just simply touch the speeder's back. And what? Like that, unfair advantage, right? Yeah. Okay, let's look at this graph here first though. Here they have been talking about speeder and fighter, but they haven't talked about the all-rounder yet. So all-rounder is actually, well, pretty much an all-rounder, like as the name suggests. So it's like basically jack of all trades, right? Yeah, so it's a balance between speeder and fighter. So, but the one thing that's the same though, interestingly, is that like for all-rounder, right? All-rounder has like, wait, hold on. I thought a fighter has worse acceleration. So why does all three have the same acceleration? Oops, someone screwed up here. Who is it? Yeah, didn't they say that the fighter has worse acceleration? So why does the fighter have the same acceleration as all-rounder and speeder? That makes no sense. I think that this definitely has to be a mistake, right? Yeah, fighters have worse acceleration, so the acceleration should be lower. Yeah, totally should be lower. Right? Yeah, totally should be lower, unless it's a translation mistake. Yeah, so... oh well. But okay, yeah, speeder obviously has higher top speed, and the acceleration is also pretty high. All-rounder, I guess, should be about... maybe... like... I don't know, acceleration same as the speeder? Or maybe it should be slightly lower, I guess. But fighters should have much worse acceleration, right? So it should be like here, right? Yeah. So... well, anyway. Yeah, something's definitely not right. The starting speed is correct, but something's definitely not right about the acceleration and the top speed. So yeah.
一方的な展開、つまりお互いが静止した状態だとファイターの方がポイントを取りやすい
Precisely.
ということですか？
Yeah, totally. Makes a lot of sense. Right. But the opposite is also true. Speeders have the advantage as long as they keep moving.
あれれ、美咲ちゃんが脇道にそれちゃってますけど。
She's intentionally losing, remember? Misaki casually floats off towards the center of the second line, leaving the ring behind.
あれは危険ですか？
Have you forgotten, Asuka?
私が応援してるんですから、美咲先輩は危険なんかしませんよ。
You know, I could totally see that happening, but that's not the case here. She's just taking a shortcut. Wait, there's a shortcut? What?
ショートカットですか？
But earlier, Asuka said that you can't go from the first line to the fourth line, right? You can't skip lines, right? But then what's this about shortcut? You're allowed to give up on a boy to jump forward. Yeah. Otherwise, the player who's faster will always win. Oh, shortcut. So you can skip a boy. Okay. So the thing is, you can skip boys, but not lines. So like what Asuka said, you can't like from the first line you cannot skip. You cannot like go straight to the fourth. Actually, it makes sense because well, the fourth line is connected to the first line, right? And Masaya said you can't. Yeah, you can't go back a line. Like you can't go backwards on a line. Yeah. But yeah, you can't go backwards on a line. But wait, you can't go backwards on a line, but you can take shortcuts to do it. But if let's say can I like from the first line, can I like skip straight to 4? That one then I think it's not allowed, right? Because that's considered going backwards. Yeah. So you can skip one boy at most, but you can't skip more than one boy, right? Yeah, you skipping more than one boy means you're going backwards, basically. That's not allowed. But you can skip one boy, okay.
あ、そっか。ぐるぐる回るわけですから、速い人に追いつけなかったらそれで終わりですね。いろいろと難しいです。
But that's what makes this sport even more fun, right? Yeah, shortcuts. Yeah, so if you think you can just travel along the line, then that would be like very boring, right? You can take shortcuts to catch up. It really isn't. No touching on the first line at the start of the match. You can give up on getting a boy and jump to the next line. That's it. The rest is simple. Yeah, so you can give up on at most one boy. But and it's still okay because you're still going forward on the line. Yeah, you're still going like from the first line to the second line. Yeah, but the thing is you cannot jump lines. Like you cannot like from the first line suddenly fly to the third line. No, that one is definitely not allowed. yeah. You must go from one line to another. You must be connected. That's the thing. You must go from one line to another, but you cannot go backwards and you cannot skip lines. Yeah, so it's like you cannot like from the first line you go to the third line. No, not allowed. Yeah, but the thing is you can skip a boy because the thing is you can fly from like the first line to the second line, right? So the thing is you can skip a boy at most. You can skip a boy at most. Yeah. No, as in. But the thing is, if you want to skip 2 boys at most, I think it's. If you want to skip 2 boys, it's still possible, right? But the thing is, you cannot skip 2 boys at once. You have to. If you want to skip more than 1 boy, you have to skip 1 boy at a time, but not 2 boys at once. So yeah, so that's the thing. So you can skip multiple boys, yes, but not at the same time. Just 1 at a time. Alright.
わかりました。明日までに頭に叩き込んでおきます。
It's definitely looks fun, yeah. Today, it's easy. Now watch, things are just getting started.
あ、V を触ったから部長に1点ですね。
Yes.
兄ちゃん頑張
Best proceeds to climb upward at a diagonal angle.
れ。見間違いかもしれませんけど、部長が V に触れた時、不自然に速くなりませんでしたか？
I mean, you're supposed to do that, right? Good catch. I explained that boys use anti-gravity to float, didn't I? So anti-gravity fields repel each other, not just gravity. Oh, interesting. Using that repulsion to accelerate is a basic FC technique.
行くぞ。
どうぞ。
Best descends diagonally from his elevated position. Like I expected, he moves oddly when he turns due to his shoe spec, making his speed drop somewhat. That means his shoes aren't really that good. Or rather, it doesn't really fit him. Misaki, who positioned herself at the center of the center line, slowly moves to intercept Best's flat path. However, before she manages to reach him, Best goes by at terrifying speeds.
ポイントを見誤ってしまった。スピードに乗っている相手を止めるのはなんて難しいんだ。次の V へのタッチを放棄して隣のラインへ移動しなくては。
So as you can see here, Misaki, yeah, she's giving up on the boy again and jump over to the third line. So she's basically giving up on 2 boys. So you can give up on multiple boys, just that you cannot give up multiple boys at once. Meaning like if you're on the first line, for example, and then ahead of you are boys 2 and 3, you cannot give up on both boys by by flying from the first line to the third line. No, you can't do that. You have to give up one at a time. Yeah. Thanks for the explanation. Best kicks off. Misaki again on the third line touches the void. That brings the score to 3-0.
うわー、スピードに翻弄されて何もできないよ。ゴテゴテになってしまう。
Nice acting, Misaki.
分かってきました。スピーダーは待ち構える相手をスピードで振り切ってポイントをゲットしていくわけですね。
Yes. Right now he's just breaking through on speed alone. However, in the real match he'll use more feints to throw off his opponent. Or at least I hope he will. He's pretty fast, but that can only get him so far. You can't just try to bulldoze over and over.
兄ちゃん、まっすぐな性格だから。
No, huh? Right, I can totally see him going a real man faces his opponent head on. Essentially, speeders use speed to get the upper hand in the match.
わかりました。
But yeah, speed can only go so far. Yeah, because it's based on the limitations of your body. Plus, there are also other tactics that can counter that. Let's slow down. It's time for you guys to show how fighters win matches. Keep going, no need to restart.
わかったぜ。
了解。バチバチやっちゃうよ。
Punishment, huh? Misaki arrives at the center of the fourth line. After that, she starts flying in small circles as she's waiting for pass. Oh, you can see right here, she's flying in small circles right here. Not like I doubted her, but seeing her circling makes it clear that she has actual FC experience.
美咲ちゃんは何をしてるんですか？
Waiting for her opponent. Fighters have good initial velocity and poor acceleration, which is why she has to keep herself moving. Momentum is a big deal, basically.
そうですか？
I'll give you an example. It's easier to ride a bike uphill if you're already moving, right?
それは動いてる自転車ですね。あ、美咲ちゃんが動いているのはそういうことですか？
Getting the momentum, basically, right? Yep. If a fighter is up against another fighter, then there are advantages to staying still, but... Oh, Press is making his move.
前から急降下で V を狙うつもりでしょうか？
Sure, seems like it. When you approach a boy directly, it's fairly easy for your opponent to read the exact spot you're going to pass through and stop you. He must be trying to keep it simple to help my lesson. Yeah, that has to be it.
そりゃ
I hope so. Misaki obstructs Press path.
先回りして頭を押さえますよ。
Stop right there, please! She extends both her hands towards Press, seemingly trying to block him in the most literal sense of the word, and... Bang! The sound of electrical discharge fills the air. Shit, there's actually electrical discharge.
おっとだ。
Both of them are thrown back a good 5 meters.
美咲先輩、大丈夫ですか？
Misaki immediately recovers and waves at Mashiro.
大丈夫大丈夫。こんなので驚いてたら FC はできないよ。コーチ、今のは。
Like I explained earlier, anti-gravity fields repel each other. Ah, I see. And so when two players clash, then you can see the results for yourself.
美咲ちゃんは自分からぶつかりに行きましたよね。今のは得点になるんですか？
Did she touch his back? That's the most important question. No, she just did that to stop Press. Yeah, she didn't touch his back. Speeders have poor initial velocity, remember? That means they take longer to recover from getting knocked off balance. Ah, so that's when Misaki takes the opportunity to touch Sean's back. Fighters on the other hand have good initial velocity, so they recover quickly. Because of that, fighters tend to gain the upper hand after clash. That said, she didn't touch his back there, which means she has yet to score a point.
もう一回。
Misaki goes in for another clash. So you know So you know this anti-gravity field repel also plays a part in this FC spot. So whew, things get interesting after the fighter kills their opponent's speed with Dasher.
まずは1点と。
Oh shit, what's this? What's this? Oh, Misaki in serious mode now. Number 1. Misaki nimbly maneuvers behind Press and touches his back. Oh. Oh, actually touch his back, but there's also an electrical charge. That's like we saw when Asuka touched Sato in his back, right? Yeah, same effect. The moment Misaki's hand touches his back, a triangle-shaped yellow light appears. How does this work though, the triangle-shaped yellow light? Yeah, we also saw that in Asuka's match with Sato. With that, she's called her first point. The light you just saw is called a point field. It appears when the player scores a point in the dogfight. But how does this point field actually work?
佐藤院さんとの対戦でも見ました。さっきのコントレールと同じで、見ている人に分かりやすくするためのものなんですね。
So you mean this point field is actually activated from the graph shoes as well? From the FC graph shoes, I believe. I don't think the civilian graph shoes generate this point field, right? Yeah, definitely not. So it's specific to FC graph shoes. Yep, it's another feature of FC graph shoes. Yeah. Another clang with sounds as they both get thrown in opposite directions. This is where the match really begins for fighters.
ここからがですか?
So basically, fighters have great comeback factor. They have a great comeback factor basically. Speeders have the upper hand at the start, but over time, so basically like the longer the match goes on, the more advantage fighters tend to have, right? Think about it. When the clash happens, each person gets thrown in opposite directions. You can use that to slow your opponent down and force them to play your game, but you can also speed them up by mistake. Okay, slow your opponent down, force them to play your game, but you can also speed them up by mistake. I push my right hand's palm with my left hand to illustrate my point. If you push them in the wrong direction, you can just end up helping them.
なるほど。
What that means is, when you're in press position, you're trying to force your opponent to push you towards the next void, even if that means letting them score. A speeder can use the repulsion to make up for their slow initial velocity. Okay. Okay.
なるほど。知能犯ですね。
So that would be bad, really bad. I get what you mean, but why is he a crime? Misaki, on the other hand, wants to push him away from the next void. If she can keep holding him back, she has the time to score multiple points in a row.
そこに駆け引きがあるんですね。
Positioning. That's right. And since you're trying to show you how fighters win their matches,
2点目。
point 2. Misaki gets behind Press again and touches him in a way that sends him flying towards the water surface.
美咲先輩、かっこいい。
In a cheek touch. Yeah. You can see the Press has slowed the floor, yeah? Once you're in that situation, the speeder things get tough.
部長はどうすればいいんですか?
There are a few options. You could try to get far enough away from Misaki to start accelerating again, or position himself to get pushed towards the next boy, or go for a surprise attack and touch her back. That one would be totally unexpected, yeah. Surprise attack.
部長が美咲ちゃんの背中を? でもさっきはスピーダーの人は相手の背中を狙わないって。
But that's why it's a surprise attack. You don't expect it. But yeah, just because speeders mainly speed doesn't mean they can't touch. Yeah, mainly go for boys doesn't mean they can't touch their opponent's back, right? Yeah. Generally speaking, they don't. Speeders are at a disadvantage in dogfights. But as the saying goes, desperate times call for desperate measures. If they're stuck in place at any points, then sometimes they go for their opponent's back instead of the neck void.
奥が深いです。V を狙うか背中を狙うかで試合展開が違ってくるんですね。
We've got a speeder and fighter right now, which is why there's such a clear division of who's going for what. If you have an all-rounder up against another all-rounder, oh, that would be really interesting because you don't know what they're gonna do. It's a lot more unpredictable.
複雑になりそうです。
And once in a while, when you have two speeders up against each other, matches turn into races.
それはそれで見てみたいです。
On the other hand, fighter versus fighter usually ends up being an all-out brawl. You get matches where Skywalkers never even move past the second line. just touching each other's backs. Yeah?
同じルールでやっているスポーツなのにいろんな展開があるんですね。
That's why sports are fun. Yeah, that's what makes FC so fun. I guess. FC is fun. What the hell is wrong with me? It is fun, yeah. You did have fun before, come on.
どうかしましたか？
Oh, nothing. Well, I guess that's enough for now. Hey, you two, let's call it.
4点目イエーイ
You're playing along. Hey, don't get carried away and bleed fast. The match is over. Misaki comes flying down towards me.
ねえ、どうだった？少しは役立ったかな？
It certainly did.
実際に試合を見てますます興味を持ちました。
I mean, eventually, the sensei, right? Aoi sensei said that eventually, yeah, Masaya will find the fun in FC again. He eventually will, yeah. So.
かっこよかったです。はいはい、わかったから抱きつかないように。
He wants her to compliment him.
みーちゃん、妹の顔を無言で見つめない方がいいよ。絶対に抱きついたりとかしないし。模擬試合としては良かったんじゃない？
まあそういうことだ。これからどんどん頑張っていこうではないか。
Alright.
コーチ、早速練習をしましょう。私、飛びたいです。
ダメ。
ダメってどうしてですか？アスカちゃんあれだよ。サディスティックなコーチの片鱗を見せてるわけだよ。
Oh my god.
なるほど、そういうことでしたか。
Why do you sound so happy? Why do you sound so happy to Asuka?
そういうのってコーチプレイというんでしたっけ？
Coachy play? What's coachy play? I mean, it means coaches play, right? But what's that? Quit talking nonsense. FC Grav shoes are pretty different from your civilian ones, so it's better to wait until you have the right equip. Don't want you developing any bad habits, understand? Oh yeah, that's what it is, huh?
そういうことでしたか。じゃあ今から買いに行きましょう。
Alright. It's kinda late for that now. We'll go tomorrow.
どうしたアスカ？
She really wants to fly.
引きつけでも起こしましたか？違います。明日がとっても楽しみなんです。
Oh. See, again, we have a very bad translation right here. Asuka actually didn't say anything, but it just sucks that we have to wait until tomorrow. She didn't say that at all. She totally didn't say that at all. All she said was, "Oh, I was really looking forward to no, wait, hold on. Let me just listen again, Let me just listen again. Actually, this whole translation is wrong. Wait, hold on.
違います。明日がとっても楽しみなんです。
Okay. The translator really screwed up this particular line. Holy shit, oh my god, this translator really screwed up. The translator really screwed up this particular line. Actually, what Asuka said here is, no, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. That's actually what she said. She didn't say anything, oh, it just sucks that we have to wait until tomorrow. So if you're really looking forward to such day, no, she didn't say that at all. That's totally wrong. Actually, she said that, no, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Asuka, yeah, really tanoshimi desu. Really looking forward to tomorrow.
違います。明日がとっても楽しみなんです。
Yeah, that's what she said. She said, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. So what the hell, translator? Completely wrong, right? Yeah. Because it's like, she seems like really angry at first, but then suddenly she says, no, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. So the contradictory reaction. Yeah. Contrary to what we all expected, Asuka says it's sparkling eye. And that's actually kind of creepy. Actually, it really is. Yeah, but if you don't understand Japanese, you see that why does this seem creepy? As in, people will get the misconception that, oh, it's creepy because of the sparkling eyes. Actually, no. He said it's creepy because normally you think that she will be like really pissed or really angry, but then suddenly she says, oh, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. That's like really creepy, right? Yeah. So there you have it. But maybe, just maybe, I had the same look in my eyes when I first started. So it's like going to get the same memory. Yeah, it's like reliving his memories, basically. And relearning how to have fun in FC. Yeah.
マネージャーから質問があります。
Yeah.
正式に部になったからには部室はもらえるのかな。
That one need to ask Sensei, right? I guess you should.
いや、それは無理だ。
But why? Why not?
無理なんですか？部なのに？
物理的に無理だ。部室は全て埋まっているんだ。
Ah, shit.
部室待ちの部は多いからな。一度奪われた部室はそう簡単には帰ってこない。
Wait, why does Sean speak so much for such a short translation? Hey, translator, what the shit are you doing? What the heck, man? Okay, let me just hear what he actually said.
物理的に無理だ。部室は全て埋まっているんだ。部室待ちの部は多いからな。一度奪われた部室はそう簡単には帰ってこない。
He said something like, "Oi," like, as I think what he said is something like, because like it's hot in demand, the club room. That's why like taken out very quickly. Yeah, that's why he is explaining. Huh? Where did you find a cardboard box with dress shoes then?
これは外の用具入れのプレハブで発見してきたんだよ。
So the tool shed is going to be our club room.
ではプレハブ小屋を掃除して部室にしてはどうでしょうか。
Seriously.
それは無理じゃないかな。他の部も使ってるし、体育の時間に使う用具も入ってるし。
Yeah, no, not gonna happen.
でも部室がないと不便だね。真面目にやるなら練習用のユニフォームとか着た方がいいし。更衣室は体育館ですから、そこで着替えてこっちまで来るのって微妙に面倒ですしね。着替えた方がいいんですか？
Flight suits help stabilize anti-gravitons, so they're an FC staple. We can't disregard safety. By the way, earlier what Asuka said, right?
着替えた方がいいんですか？
She didn't actually ask why do we need to get changed, or rather, she asked, is it really preferable to get changed, that we change our clothes? Yeah, that's actually what she said. So, not why do we need to get changed, different meaning. You know.
着替えはともかくとして、部を真面目にするなら備品を置いておける場所とかミーティングできる場所があった方が良くないかな。
I mean, meetings, we can always conduct meetings in an open field, right? You know. I mean, like, this is a sport. I mean, like, most sports clubs don't exactly. I mean, sports clubs do have club rooms, like, but most of the meetings and discussions and all that are all outfield rather than in the club room, right? Yeah. I mean, what if the FC going to turn out to become bigger, like have more players? Then how? Have more members? True. But I mean, Madoka does have a point, yeah. We feel pretty awkward wearing flight suits in the normal classroom. But the club room will give us the private space we need to talk freely. Yeah, that too.
そういえばさっき飛んできた時、崖の真ん中あたりに小屋みたいのがあった気がするんだけど。
Wait, in the middle of the cliff? A small hut? A hut in the middle of the cliff? Never flown beyond the fence since there's nothing there besides the ocean. I know there's a steep cliff too, but I've never actually seen it myself.
あれか。あれなら物質の代わりになるかもしれないな。
Okay.
あれって何ですか？
昔、海沿いに島を一周できる周回道路があったんだよ。ここの崖の真ん中にもその道路が通ってたんだ。
So that road has been abandoned now, huh?
そういえばおばあちゃんからそういう話を聞いたことがあったかも。
今、島の中央を通る道路ができたから、海に自動車が転落しそうな周回道路は部分で廃道になったんだ。
I see. I've heard that before. An old man in my neighborhood was talking about how the new roads are way safer and far more convenient. So what's that hut there?
バスだ。
Oh, is that why I remember seeing a background of a bus? Yeah, at the start of the episode 2, the transition, the bus, an abandoned bus.
自動車の？楽器のバスにしては大きすぎたかな。
俺も詳しく知ってるわけじゃないが、バス会社が赤字経営で使わない道なら廃バスを放置してもいいだろうということらしい。
あ。
わかりました。そのバスを部室にすればいいわけですね。
That's kind of funny, but I mean, works. I mean, anything to make like a makeshift club room, you know. I mean, we can also clean up the bus and then make it our perfect club room. Yeah, why not? I mean, we can also have a tree house as club room. Why not? Yeah.
いいと思うな。崖の真ん中でブラシを履いてないといけない場所だから FC 部っぽいと思う。
You have a great point there, Saki. Yeah.
早速行ってみましょうよ。
Do we need to get permission? I mean, it's an abandoned bus, so it took our great confidence surfaces of other bus space. I don't think the company even cares.
絶対に誰も使ってないんだから大丈夫じゃないかな。軽く先生に聞いて問題がありそうだったらこっそり部室にしちゃえばいいよ。
Okay. This girl's pretty sly. Guess you might as well go take a look.
行きましょう。
Alright.